I'm Melissa. So today we are going to talk about 6 properties you should avoid buying. Buying the right house is so crucial that you do not want to buy a wrong house. Regardless it is for investment or own stay, you deserve to have the best house you could ever afford. So let's begin. Property without strata or individual title, and developer was bankrupt. Buying a house without strata title or individual title is so critical because your house eventually will need a title, and the entity that should help to apply the title is your developer. When the developer was no longer around, there will be no one to apply for it for you. A title is like a birth certificate of property. Without a title, you will have difficulty to sell or refinance your property to a bank. Eventually, you will be stuck. So, avoid at all costs. You do not need to create another problem. Property more than 10 years without strata or individual title. Property more than 10 years without strata or individual title is less appeal to the banks. Most banks do not want to finance such property, so you should stay away. Maybe there are 1 or 2 banks willing to, but that is a cruel choice. What happens when those 1 or 2 banks stop financing one day? Aren't you going to be helpless? Because you can't sell as your new purchaser need bank financing unless you have cash buyer. But let's get real. How many cash buyer out there? I think you know what I mean. Property that going to be auctioned by banks soon. This is a complicated business. If a house is going to be auctioned by a bank, it just means the bank is taking over the house. The new owner is the bank. And if you still liaise with the seller that just lose his or her right over the house, that you are in so much trouble because you give the money or deposit to the wrong owner. You might lose it. Auction property with a caveat. Normally, I won't encourage my clients to buy an auction house unless you are an experienced property investor. If not, stay away from auction property because things are more complicated with auction property. Auction property with a caveat just increase the level of complexity. If the property has caveat, someone, maybe you or your lawyer, need to look for the caveator and ask him to remove it. In some cases, it might involve money to solve this issue. How much? Depending on how much the caveator asks. Are you willing to risk? I would say prevention is always better than cure. Avoid the trouble. Property with many auction properties within the vicinity. When you buy a house, you want to purchase a house with a good resale value. Meaning, in the event you need to sell the property that you bought, you know there is a huge market that willing to grab it. If your neighborhood shows lots of auction property, it just devalues the property in a way, and it doesn't attract people to buy. Property without certificate of fitness or certificate of completion and compliance. Every completed property should receive CF or CCC just to confirm that the house is safe to stay. To get a CF or CCC, there are lots of steps involved, and it is not that easy. If a property does not have CF or CCC, it's actually not safe to stay or not safe for you to buy. Normally, property without CF or CCC, the banks are not willing to finance. So it is best that you avoid such property. So guys, that is my 6 property tips for you this week. Hopefully, it is helpful to you. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up or like, and don't forget to share as well. If you want to get notified with our latest video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I see you soon. Bye!